Hello, Algebra 2. This is part 3 to Module 1 video for your semester exam review. We are in the transformation section on number 18. The minimum point of this graph of f of x is 6, -1. And it's asking, what's the minimum point on the graph of the equation f of x plus 5? Well, like I said before, this plus 5 is a vertical shift, so it's only going to affect the y value. So I know the x value is going to stay the same, which means it's not b and it's not d. And for my y value, it's going to add 5 to it. So I'm going to take this -1 and I'm going to add 5 to it. -1 plus 5 is 4, so the answer would be C. All right, for number 19, we're going to use the graph that we have, and we're going to perform a transformation. What kind of transformation do we have here? It's horizontal because it's inside the parentheses, and it says to multiply by 2, but it's one of those pesky teenagers that's going to do the opposite. We're going to take all of those x values and divide them by 2. So for my first point here, it's at -2, +1. I'm not going to mess with the y, but I'm going to take the x value and divide it by 2. And so it's going to become -1, 1. This point here is 0, -3. Again, we won't change the y value, just the x value, but 0 divided by 2 is still 0. So this stays the same at 0, -3. And then this last point over here is at 4, 0. We're going to keep the y the same, but we're going to divide the 4 by 2 and get 2, 0. And so this would be our new graph. Notice it took this big fat graph here and it squished it in and towards the x-axis by a factor of 2. All right. Number 20, use the graph of g of x below to complete the transformation 2 times g of x. Okay, now we're outside of the parentheses, so it's going to be a vertical transformation, so it's going to do exactly what it says. It says, leave the x's alone, nothing's happening here, just multiply all your y's by 2. So this point here is at -1, 2, 3, 4, -4, -2. If I multiply the y value by 2, this would be -4. So my initial point is -4, -4, which is here. All right, then I'm going to point at -3, -1. Keep the x the same, multiply this guy by 2. It's going to be -2. Next point is -3, -2. Boom. And then it's making a little parabola-like shape. This point here is at, let's see, 2, 1. Keep the the x the same, multiply the y times 2. And so it's going to come up here to 2, 2. And notice that's not a line, it's more of a parabola-ish. And then we're going back to -1, -1. Keep the x the same, multiply the y by 2. I'm going to end up at -1, -2. Where's the other half of this parabola? All right, and then we go over here to 1, 1. Keep the x, multiply the y times 2. That's going to end up at 1, 2. And we have a jump in our graph, and we're going to go to 1, -1, which when we multiply the y times 2 will be 1, -2. An open circle there. Next point is at 3, -3. Keep the x, multiply the y times 2, that's -6. So 3, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's down here. And then finally 4, 1 would become 4, 2 when we multiply the y times 2. Ooh, 4, 2 is not there, it's up here, isn't it? Oh, nope, it's -1, that should be -2. It was right the first time. Still not right when I'm drawing this plot. And there we go. All right. Oh, wow, that's the end of Module 1 review. Coming up next is Module 2.